Well, good day, viewers. Today we have a 2017, I believe, F150. I believe it has a 5-liter. The customer complains that the starter doesn't engage sometimes, so I just started it 3 or 4 times and it actually did it to me once. Let's see if it'll do it. That time it started. So you heard that? So this thing needs a starter. Oh joy. Well, the other complaint that he had is the wipers don't work sometimes. Well, I just turned the wipers on and the wipers went up to the first part of the windshield and stopped. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder if the wiper transmission is seized. You can see they're trying to move. Now the circuit breaker is kicking off. I think the wiper transmission might be seized. That's pretty poor performance for a vehicle with only 84,000 kilometers on it. Seems like the wiper transmission seized. So to remove the wiper blades, you simply release them by prying up on them and prying this little plastic or this little metal spring-loaded lock. Keep them separate, right and left. I believe they are different. And then the wiper cowl comes off with plastic clips. There's 3 along each side in the front. And it's clipped down to the cowl, and disconnect the washer hose from the check valve by the battery here. Now we should be able to leave the right side plastic, but we may have to remove the left side. So I've already removed the 6mm bolt and the plastic push pin, and now there's another one right in here, and the nut should come off. So once the plastic cowl's out of the way, I'm thinking that one of these pivots is seized in here. This wiper transmission is serviced as an assembly without the wiper motor. So there's 3 fasteners, 1, 2, 3. The wiper transmission will come out. So I think I'm gonna undo this lever here because it's easier to take off right here, and I'm going to mark it so that I can time it, but should be able to time it after the fact. So you can undo the electrical connector by sliding this little red secondary lock towards the outside of the clip, this direction here, and then squeeze the clip and unplug it. Be careful if the wipers are not parked, because they're going to want to try to park. I removed the 3 bolts that hold the wiper transmission in place, and I'm thinking that this side of the wiper transmission is seized. Now, I've checked availability. This one seems to still move, but this one must be seized. I'm going to try drilling a hole in this thing, and I'm going to take the lever off. So I put a small center punch mark on the top of the shaft and the lever just to time it, but I should be able to time it afterwards. But you can see that this side here moves just fine. The driver's side, it's the passenger side that's seized up solid. So I drilled a couple of small holes in the aluminum casting to access the shaft, and I put some penetrating fluid in there. Heated the aluminum housing up with a propane torch a little bit. Now it's moving nice and free, as you can see. And I'm going to put some gear oil. I've already put some gear oil in there. And we're going to put it back together again. Well, there it is, back together and running. I lubricated the other side as well with some gear oil. Should be fine. Those holes are on the bottom side, so salt water is not going to get in there any worse than it did before. Put the covers back on. So I ended up having to take it apart and retime it. When it's properly timed, all the levers are parallel to the center line here. So this lever is straight across. I had to take the arm back off and move it about 1/16 of an inch.